British Broadcasting gives us our perspective, not those of a gigantic international conglomerate, not those of someone sitting behind a desk in Shanghai or LA or New York. British Broadcasting is about us. It's about our voices, our accents, our people, our eccentricities, our passions.
British Broadcasting to me is part of an ecosystem where it gives far more than it takes. It's accessible, it is affordable during a cost of living crisis, and it doesn't feel like this big, distant global entity.
Public service broadcasting is still absolutely at the heart of British Broadcasting. It delivers amazing things to all different kind of audiences, and it's an innovator. It creates new things, new ideas, new approaches, and they spread throughout the world.
What I hope we can do is bring some positivity and some clarity to both leaders and the public about what PSBs do and why they do it so well. We really need to spell it out.
What I hope British Broadcasting will achieve in the next decade is establishing itself in a very, very new technological era. Whether it's the era of the metaverse, whether it's the era of on-demand, of narrowcasting, of phones, of TikTok. So can we bring the best of our history with us through this technological revolution of the next 10 years and emerge on the other side with something that is sustainable and true to its heritage?
I hope very much that we continue to build on the changes that I've felt in the few years that I've been in the industry. Because I started late. I'm 43 years old. I'm undereducated. I'm from a low-income background. And when I started writing, not all that long ago, it felt like an insane thing to embark upon. Society needs to see itself, all of itself, reflected in the TV screen. That every person's story is equally important and needs to be told, and told by the people who lived those stories.
My biggest fear for British Broadcasting is that the British people are convinced that it's not in their interests, that they can be completely happy and fulfilled watching stuff produced elsewhere, and that we let it go.
When things are tough, you have to innovate even more. And sometimes there's a tendency to be more cautious or careful or look over your shoulder all the time. When the going gets tough, really be brave.
My biggest fear is that we fail to support new writers. The years that I spent trying to break into the industry with no financial support to rely on, with kids to raise, with rent to pay, was so hard. And I saw so many people in similar situations to me, talented people whose stories should have been heard, fall by the wayside. If we only hear from people who can afford to make no money for 10 years, then we're going to very swiftly lose the very thing that makes us distinctive.
My biggest fear is that we don't utilise this wave of change to our advantage and we lose the support of the next generation. We have so much incredible content that doesn't always get watched by the audience that it deserves. And I fear that if we don't put the effort and the money into the marketing and go into where the audiences are, we're just missing a trick, because younger audiences, they appreciate truth, they want emotion, they want captivating investigations and gripping stories. We just have to be savvy and agile and hook them in and then get them to where we want them to be.
My worry is that it will get broken up, it will get sold off, it'll get atomized by gigantic foreign plutocratic interests. Let's keep it.